Hey, what's up, everyone? I figured I'd come on and pop in and say hello to everyone. It's been a little while. Um, and I figured, looking outside today, it being gray and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pop in to do a video and see if it ends up on YouTube. So here I am. I hope everybody's doing well. And in the region where I live, spring has this period of time where everything just goes gray. It's gray, the sun doesn't come out, it rains, it feels like it will never end, and it drains someone's energy. We just become really tired and sluggish and even depressive, because it's just the lack of vitamin D, that's sunlight, right? Which that really, feels good. So I started looking outside and noticing the movement of the clouds, subtle because there's not much wind, but subtle movements of the clouds. And I was like, wow, that's just amazing. That is just amazing that I can see with my bare naked eyes the movement of the clouds. We are surrounded by marvelous, you know, things, events, and we never really take a moment to look at them, ever. Well, I do. I think it's important to take the time to really just be. It's not something our society actually prones, because they put us in a box and then you're sitting in a box and then they give you another box to read, and it's a mold. And that's where it probably came from, that idea or that expression. They're trying to siphon off what makes us an individual, an authentic being, in order for us to better fit the mold of the society and what we need as a collectivity, and not so much what we need as individuals, but that's our responsibility. It really is. It's our responsibility. No one is telling you this. It would be nice if our parents would tell us this, but I guess we have to start somewhere. And today, with the platforms that we have with the internet and such as YouTube, which is awesome because that's my therapy. I call it Facebook therapy sessions with myself, and YouTube therapy sessions with all these different authors out there that just promote, responsibility in one's well-being and happiness, and to inform ourselves, on these different concepts that we do not have access to unless you take a specific stream of education field, So I guess one would have to have curiosity at first, and want to look beyond or above what, is in front of us. So curiosity is really important. And I think that, by always having something to do and always goal oriented, and we have to get to that point, we have to do this, we have to do that, which is fine because it helps promote growth. But it's also important just to be, and we forget that aspect a lot. And there's hype about, meditation and the well-being, the benefits of, just taking a moment to concentrate on your breathing. And I've tried it. I have difficulties doing that because my mind just races. It just goes, in all kinds of directions, sometimes simultaneously, en même temps. So, for me to just say, okay, just take a moment and just feel the tingles that you feel inside of your body. That's how usually I get my attention to come back to myself, is to just bring myself to my sensations, my bodily sensations. And often that brings up emotions. And then from there, I try to just be there for a moment and understand maybe where that is coming from, because emotions stem from thoughts. And then we're back to the thoughts, right? Which is fine. I think once we get to that point, it's to understand objectively, not so much putting importance on it so much, but just seeing them for what they really are, thoughts, um, and trying to understand where they're coming from. Maybe it's the past. We can't just cut the past out. It's part of our fabric. And so our brains are made to just absorb all of our experiences. The good, yeah, definitely. But the bad, it seems like there's this, well, there is actually this specific place in our brain that actually, stores those, you know, negative experiences, encounters, events in a way that, if anything remotely resembles that scenario again, it increases, your flight, fight, or, just basically, you know, I'm thinking it in French, freeze, you know, reactions. And it's just good to understand how you tick, to become your own expert. Nobody has filled your shoes. I mean, your shoes, as you know yourself, you've been there through thick and thin. And so to understand how you tick actually definitely helps someone to grow towards their more authentic selves. There's many, references coming to this, like your ideal self, your higher being, angelic self. There's a lot of, expressions having to do with, yourself in another dimension, which has achieved, more, or is more happy, or is in better situations, and all of that. I like to bring it down a notch and just say, okay, wait a minute. Right this very moment, if there is something that I can do to make this situation more easier or kinder to myself, in a more loving way, as I would, and we've all heard this expression before, treat yourself as you would your best friend. Well, sometimes you just have to let things be and say, okay, there's nothing I can do about that, but moving along now, and sometimes there are things that you can do about it, and to take the necessary action to get to where you want to be. But it's not giving all the importance to the landing per se, but your way going towards that goal is actually you're becoming. Yeah. So I felt like I had something to share with you guys today on this gray day. But it's beautiful because we need water. We're made of water. Everything surrounds us is in water. And now the sky is, getting filled with water. And there's beauty to be found in that as well. So I felt like coming here and actually having a conversation with you guys about the subject. So, do you feel tired more at specific times, or, a lack of sunlight, or I don't know. Maybe we could have a conversation about down below. Feel free to write something. And I don't come here on a specific time frame or timetable. I just come here whenever I feel like I have something that I feel like sharing with you guys. And hopefully I help someone to have a better day. Yeah. All right, gang. On that note, one love. Take care.